If there was ever a movie that didn't just invite us into a new world, but dragged us in and refused to let go, it's Avatar. James Cameron gave us a full-body experience that made everyone wish they could upload their minds into a 10-foot-tall blue alien and run through glowing forests forever. It's a film from 2009, but it is still one of the biggest cultural resets we've ever seen. But behind Pandora's glowing forests and the blue people everyone kept joking about for years, are lore so unbelievable you'll actually pause and rethink how this movie even exists. Today, we're diving into 10 crazy Avatar facts you definitely didn't know, but absolutely should. Grab your seat, grab your Na'vi tail, or not, and let's jump straight in. First, to understand how Avatar became the phenomenon it is, you have to start with a casting story that feels almost too wild to be real. 1. The wildest casting glow-up ever. When you think of Jake Sully, you imagine the hero flying a banshee, bonding with Eywa, and saving an entire planet. What you don't imagine is the man behind him sleeping in a beat-up car while trying to survive auditions. Before we ever saw Jake Sully ride a banshee, before Sam Worthington became the face of one of the highest-grossing films of all time, the man was literally living in his car. Yes, Sam Worthington was homeless when he tried out for Avatar. He even allegedly showed up for the audition barefoot. James Cameron said he cast Sam because he didn't feel like a Hollywood guy. And honestly, it worked. Jake Sully felt real because Sam was living life raw. He had grit, and according to Cameron, that was what Jake needed. If you think the universe opened its doors for Sam, the next fact shows that someone else slammed their shut on a door made of solid gold. 2. The day Matt Damon declined a fortune. This one hurts even when you're not the one losing the money. Before Sam got the role, James Cameron approached Matt Damon with an offer actors dream of. He didn't just want Damon as the lead. He offered him 10% of the film's profits. And guess what? Matt Damon said no, because he was busy with Bourne and didn't want to leave the franchise crew hanging. That 10% would have made him $600 million, just for saying yes. He later joked that the loss will haunt him forever. Can you blame him? It would haunt anyone. Money aside, Avatar's power didn't come from box office numbers. It came from something ancient woven into the story itself. 3. Pandora was built from sacred traditions. A lot of people think Avatar is just blue aliens and environmental messages, but the world building goes way deeper. The film's spiritual foundation didn't appear from thin air. Cameron drew inspiration from Christian ideas of stewardship, Hindu concepts of interconnected life, and Hebraic themes of wandering, exile, and belonging. Eywa echoes divine mother figures found around the world. The Na'vi bond with nature mirrors Hindu philosophies of unity. Jake's transformation reflects redemption arcs found in ancient texts. The idea of chosen people, exile, and redemption is from Hebraic storytelling. Nothing about Pandora was built randomly. It was designed to feel familiar, even though it was alien. That's why watching Avatar feels like remembering something you've never seen. But Pandora's spirituality wasn't the only thing borrowed. Even the sounds had a source. 4. Pandora's creatures have Dino voices. The next time you watch Avatar and hear a dire horse, a viper wolf, or a banshee scream, listen closely, because chances are you've probably heard it before. Some of Pandora's animal sounds were borrowed straight from Jurassic Park. The sound designers reworked classic dinosaur noises and adapted them into Na'vi wildlife. It's like dinosaurs found a second career in sci-fi. And speaking of second careers, Avatar didn't just change cinema, it literally changed geography. 5. A Chinese mountain was renamed because of Avatar. Imagine loving a movie so much that your country renames a whole mountain. China did that. After Avatar blew up, tourists kept flocking to the Zhangjiajie Mountains because they looked exactly like Pandora's floating Hallelujah Mountains. One particular peak became so iconic that the Zhangjiajie National Forest Park officially changed the name of one peak to Avatar Hallelujah Mountain. And if you think renaming mountains is extreme, wait until you hear how far Cameron went to make the Na'vi language feel authentic. 6. The Na'vi dictionary of 1,000 words from scratch. James Cameron didn't want the Na'vi language to sound like random syllables, so he hired a real linguist, Paul Frommer, to create a complete language, including grammar, structure, and more than 1,000 unique words. Frommer designed the language to sound beautiful and rhythmic, but still pronounceable by actors who had never spoken anything like it before. To this day, fans study Na'vi the same way they study Klingon or Elvish, and there are entire online communities speaking it fluently. But if Cameron could hire a linguist, of course he'd bring in another expert for Pandora's glowing forests. 7. Pandora's plants were designed by a real scientist. Remember the neon trees, the glowing spores, and the strange alien leaves? Yeah, Cameron didn't guess. He consulted a botanist. Jody Holt, a real plant scientist, helped design the vegetation of Pandora. Cameron brought her in to shape the vegetation of Pandora. She advised on how the plants should move, breathe, react to characters, and even the ones that communicate. She helped determine how the glowing spores drifted through the air and how the roots communicated. That's why Pandora feels alive, because it was scientifically crafted to act like a real ecosystem. Yet, even with all the scientific accuracy, the set itself sometimes felt more chaotic than the jungle. 8. James Cameron nailed phones to the wall. James Cameron is known for being strict, but his rule about phones is next level. If a phone rang on set, he didn't give lectures or warnings. He took the phone, grabbed a hammer, and nailed it directly into the wall. Literally. It became a standing joke and a serious reminder that the world of Pandora demanded full focus. People joked that if you forgot to silence your phone on Cameron's set, you'd never see it again. The crew learned quickly to silence their devices or risk donating them to the Avatar Museum of Shame. And speaking of strict rules, the workflow behind the scenes was even more unusual. It was as chaotic as Pandora itself. 9. Avatar was edited while it was still being filmed. Most films are shot first and edited later. Avatar had no room for that luxury. It was a massive project, so tech and motion capture heavy. There was so much CGI and performance-driven technology that waiting wasn't an option. The editing team worked simultaneously with filming. They were literally cutting the scenes while new ones were still being shot. The process was like constructing a skyscraper while people were already living on the first 5 floors. It pushed the crew to their limits, but delivered a world no one had seen before. If they didn't edit as they went, the movie probably wouldn't have been released in 2009 at all. Even with all that complexity, Cameron still found time to hide a tiny secret meant only for the most attentive viewers. 10. The Hidden Lorax. Cameron's unexpected Easter egg. This one is adorable. Somewhere deep in the foliage of Pandora, there is a subtle reference to the Lorax, Dr. Seuss's classic story about protecting nature. It is woven into the design of the plants and serves as a quiet tribute to another storyteller who warned about what happens when humans stop respecting the environment. It's small, subtle, and easy to miss, but the message lines up perfectly. Protect nature, respect living things, and don't be greedy. It's like a quiet handshake between two storytellers who care about the planet. And honestly, that's the beauty of Avatar. It's not just a movie, it's a giant love letter to nature, culture, and imagination. Well, that's it. 10 crazy facts about you definitely didn't know, but now do. For fans, Avatar has always been more than a blockbuster. This movie means something different to everyone. Yet every fan remembers the same feeling the first time they saw it. That feeling of wanting to soar with the Taruk for the first time. It wasn't just a film, it felt like stepping into a world that was already waiting for us. The kind of place you catch yourself wishing you could visit one more time. Cameron and the crew didn't just make a movie, they built a mythology. And that's what keeps Avatar glowing almost 2 decades later. And if you want another Cameron classic, make sure to check our rewind on Titanic. The secrets will blow you out of the water. If you loved this breakdown and want more crazy behind-the-scenes facts about movies that shaped our childhoods, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment telling us which movie you want next. See you on the next Rewind Mountain.